Greetings, Swangolians, and welcome back to Swango. This is the OG Bird, and today we're going to continue our close quarters overhead maps walkthrough. However, today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to actually take you in and show you what you're getting with this download. So let me go into the Donya Fortress folder that you can download, and see here you have several text files, several JPEGs, and a Photoshop file. Now in the text files, it just has text of what the actual callouts are on which level they are. Then we have the JPEGs. There's a cap on Donya Fortress. There's the main level. And there's sublevel B. And the upper level. So those come along with it too. However, the beauty of this package is this PSD file. And if you don't have Photoshop, I believe you can open up a PSD file with GIMP. I will put a link to GIMP in the description. I believe it's freeware. So if I zoom in here on Donya Fortress, you're already starting. If you've played Donya Fortress, you're already starting to recognize what is what here. Now, if I can bring your attention over here to the left, or to the right, I'm sorry, I have everything in layers, everything in grouped folders. So right now I have the main level on, but I can turn it off, and I can turn the upper level on. Now, if I go ahead and turn the main level on and open up this folder, we have a labels/callouts folder down here that's currently turned off. Now when I turn this on, it's going to pull up all of the callouts that I have for that current level. So this is the main level. And you can turn these on and off and resize them if you'd like to. So here is, let's do something that we can see easily. Here's C cap. Look at that. Turn C cap on and off. C arches, there's the outside arches next to C, and then we have the kitchen arches, which is the right up there. Yep, turn those on and off. And then we have the B arches, which is close to the hole. You see the hole there, right there for Bravo. These callouts are very important when you're playing with teammates who are using microphones, and I highly recommend playing Battlefield 3 with a mic. It makes the game easier to play, actually. You're getting a player buff by using your communicator. Communicating with your teammates can go a really long way. And that is why I've created these maps. Now these maps, I took references from the actual in-game mini-map, and these maps were inaccurate, to say the least. Very inaccurate. So I had to go in and take little pieces of each part that was the most accurate and try to piece these back together. And so these are probably the most accurate overhead maps that exist, including in the game. So if you play close quarters, these can come in very handy, especially this Photoshop file. I'll go ahead and go into sublevel B here and open up this folder, and we can turn the B cap on and off. See, that's a nice little function I put in here. And then here are your callouts. Some of them are very small. Some of them don't need to be big. You know, bath stairs, right there, that little piece over to the left. And then we have the bath pool. Now, if you've played this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It makes a lot of sense. So I put a lot of work into these. As a matter of fact, I put 60 hours into creating all 4 maps, overhead maps, and there's several levels to each one. And because it was incorrect, it took me that much longer. So when's the last time you did something for 60 hours that you didn't get anything in return for? So this is my gift to you. Use them, do whatever you'd like with them, go for it. Now here's another cool thing about these maps is I can leave the main level on, and I can turn on sublevel B, and they match up. This is something that does not happen in the in-game maps. They don't match up at all. So you can turn these on and off, and now we have a complete understanding. We get a much more of a 3-dimensional view of what Donya Fortress is. And so with this upper deck on, we can see that C, this hole right here, C is actually part of 2 levels. So calling out areas in C can become a little bit more complicated. So if I go to the upper deck here, right here, and I open up this upper level right over C and turn on these callouts, I have one called deck. Now if I turn that off, you can see that that encompasses the entire opening over Charlie. And that is it's a really good call out. If you don't use any at all, use that one. That's just a great one, because if somebody is at C and a lot of the action, if not most of the action, happens on Charlie. Turn these off. If your team is on Charlie and you're calling out where enemies are, you can say deck, and they know not to look on the same level they're on, but to look up. And you can, you can refine this and actually put, north deck, south deck, east deck, west deck, if you want to get more detailed into it. But I leave that up to you, and that's the beauty of these files, is that you can do whatever you like. Now, this is because we have reached 1,000 views in a very short time, so thank you for all your support. I'm just going to go ahead and give you all these, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on the rest of the vehicles, bust out the choppers, and then, a couple days, baby, we got Armored Kill. I know I'm waiting for it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it amongst your friends. Now, every Swango video from now on should have an obligatory explosion. So, have a great weekend, and here is your obligatory Swango explosion.